For almost a century, people from all over the world have flocked to Monroe, Wisconsin, to join in the celebration of one of our state's most famed foods, cheese. This holiday, known as Cheese Day, started in 1914 and has transformed into a biannual 3-day festival during the third weekend of September. Erik Schmeling has more on this celebration of everything Wisconsin.
Wisconsin is known for a lot of things, but the three most significant in my opinion are beer, polka, and of course, cheese. We aren't known as a dairy state for nothing. Cheese has been a part of our history even before it was named a state in 1848. Mrs. Ann Pickett established Wisconsin's first cottage industry cheese factory using milk from neighbors' cows in 1841. She was the first of many farmers to use Wisconsin's rolling hills and lush pasture land to raise cows for milk production. Only 73 years later, Monroe turned this simple occupation into a festival celebrating cheese. Also known for their Minhas craft brewery and truck equipment, Monroe is more likely recognized as the Swiss cheese capital of the USA. Cheesemaking in Monroe is so huge, the high school mascot is appropriately named the Cheesemakers. Many of my friends have grown up in Monroe and now remember cheese days when they were young.
I've been going to cheese days basically since I moved there, which was in the 3rd grade. And that first experience really came because we'd never obviously lived in Monroe, and the first one was kind of a culture shock for anybody that would be going there when you see how excited the people are. And even I am now of such a cool celebration, just seeing all the people out and about. And you see just a whole new culture that you would never believe to see within Wisconsin. And all these people are dressed up, and there's just beer everywhere. There's cheese everywhere, and there's just people singing and dancing and having a good time. And basically, it just comes down to a lot of fun and a lot of festive culture.
On Sundays, the last day, they had the parade, and I lived on the block of the parade, so we'd always get our street blocked off, and then we get to watch the parade, and it'd be like a 3-hour parade, and have people from all around the area, not just Monroe. It'd be a whole Greene County, like every high school and everything would participate in this.
Takes place down in the square. It's 4 main roads, probably 20 shops on each side, and it's kind of cool because they block it all off, and it's a little slice of Vegas for the Swiss because it's open and talks down there, and they have beer tents galore, and all the bars down there are just open.
Once I heard about cheese days, I knew I had to go. So on Friday the 17th of September, my friends and I packed our things and headed down to Monroe. By the time we got there, the line for cheese curds was already an hour long and the square was packed. We met up with some friends and went over our plans for the night. Luckily enough, one of my friends had already bought us tickets for cheese curds, so we didn't have to wait in line for them. His place was only a block or so away from the square, so our group decided to head down, grab a beer, and try some curds. They were the most amazing thing I've ever tasted.
I get numbo when I'm dancing with my jumbo. I'm the one you can have a
Cheese curds are pretty much amazing. There's not much that is better than there's cheese curds. I mean, the cheese is just from the area, and I've grown up with those since I was 5. When I first could eat, I'd eat cheese curds. I mean, they're really that good.
A cheese day cheese curd is, honest to God, like nothing you ever had.
Probably one of the best experiences of my life so far. It was just gooey goodness all rolled up into one.
They have it correct. First of all, the cheese itself is fresh cheddar. They then dunk the curds in a delicious light beer batter and fry them until golden brown. Seconds after they come up from the fryer, they are in your hands and ready to eat. Our group finally received our little nuggets of heaven, and we all took our first bites. The first bite was remarkable. Your teeth first hit the fried beer batter, then you sink your teeth into the hot, molten cheese. After wolfing our cheese curds down, we heard that Pat McCurdy was scheduled to play by the Minhas Brewery tent in a couple of hours. For those of you who don't know who Pat McCurdy is, He is a singer-songwriter from Milwaukee known for his hilarious original songs such as Sex and Beer and Monkey Paw, as well as tribute to the 80s and 90s. We did not want to miss the show, so we got some beer and stayed in the square until it started.
Sometimes I'm a tumbleweed.
Finally, Pat went on.
Cactus. I'd like to teach the world to sing, but no one wants to practice.
After he played for a solid 2 hours, my voice was gone and I was ready for bed. Once I told my friends I wanted to go back home, they told me I couldn't, and I had to go out to the bars with them to experience the quote, real cheese days. Not looking for an argument, I went out with them. The gentle polka music that had been playing during the day changed into hip-hop, and Monroe turned into a college party town.
I got a feeling.
The more and more beers I drank, the more and more I began to forget about how tired I was. My friends and I bar hopped until bar closed and started to make our way back to the house.
Good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night.
After visions of cheese curds, beer, and a monkey paw haunted my dreams, I awoke and knew that this was only a start to one of the most memorable weekends of my life.
Come to Cheese Day in Monroe.
For now, hear this, I'm Erik Schmeling.
You to go. Music, dancing, yodeling too. And a big parade for